The blinding light seared through the darkness, and for a moment, everything went white. There was no sound, no sensation, unless an overwhelming, suffocating silence. When the light finally faded, I found myself lying on the ground, my breath shallow and erratic. I could hear the faint rustle of something in the distance. My eyes darted around. Where was I? The world I had known was gone, replaced by an eerie, alien forest. The trees loomed high above me, their twisted forms stretching impossibly tall, their roots gnarled and entangled like the webs of some great predator. I struggled to my feet, panic gripping my chest. Every step felt like it was being watched, as though the very air around me was charged with an unnatural presence. And then I heard the soft, skittering sound that seemed to come from every direction. My heartbeat quickened. Something was moving toward me, something huge, something not human. A shadow moved across the ground. It was fast, far too fast for anything in this strange world. I spun around, but all I saw was darkness and the faint outline of a massive shape. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end. The creature approached slowly, its eyes glowing red in the dark. I froze. My body stiffened with fear. And then, out of the shadows, it emerged. It was a creature from my worst nightmares, part spider, part something else entirely. Its legs were long, spindly, and covered in glistening black exoskeletons, sharp enough to pierce the very air itself. But it wasn't the creature's size or the deadly elegance of its legs that terrified me. It was its eyes, deep red, full of an intelligence I could not fathom. Yet, oddly, something else. A hunger. "Who are you?" I whispered, trying to gather the strength to speak. The creature tilted its head slightly, its movements smooth and deliberate. It stepped closer, every inch of its enormous body gliding through the webbed terrain like it belonged there. And then, to my horror, it spoke in a voice that vibrated deep within my bones, its words thick and hypnotic. "You are in my nest. Human," it said. "I have been waiting for you." I backed away slowly, my heart hammering in my chest. Waiting for me? My mind raced. Was this a dream? Some twisted nightmare? But the creature before me was no figment of my imagination. Its presence was all too real. The creature's voice softened, its tone almost playful. "You will be my mate." I froze. The word echoed in my mind, but it didn't make sense. A mate? How could I be its mate? What did that even mean? I tried to speak, to refuse, but the words didn't come. The Spider Queen, yes, that was what it was. I realized was in control here, in her domain. "You're mine now," she said, her eyes narrowing. "It is how our species survives. It is how I survive." I stumbled back, my legs shaky. "I won't." "You will," she interrupted. "You see, I do not just choose any mate. I choose the one whose blood can keep my kind alive. Your kind is perfect for us. Your genetics are ... unique. I need you." There was no escape, no hope of getting away. The Queen's presence was suffocating, her words holding me in place. "But I don't belong here. I don't belong with you," I protested, though my voice felt small against the vastness of her power. The Spider Queen merely laughed, a soft, eerie sound that sent chills through my spine. "You think you can resist me? I will show you what you are capable of." Human. Before I could react, she was upon me, her limbs moving with terrifying speed. Her hands' claws really gripped my arms, holding me still as she leaned close. Her breath was warm against my skin, her eyes locked onto mine with a ferocity that made my heart skip a beat. "You are mine," she repeated, more forcefully this time, "and soon you will understand." I struggled, but her grip tightened. I was trapped in her web physically, mentally, emotionally. There was no escape. For what felt like an eternity, the Spider Queen held me captive, her gaze never leaving mine. She spoke of the ancient rituals, of her species' traditions that bound us together. I learned that she was not just a ruler. She was the last of her kind. Her people, once mighty and countless, were dwindling, and only by mating with humans could she save her race. She needed me not just for her own desires, but for the survival of her species. She released me after what seemed like hours. Stepping back to study me, I was trembling, unsure of what to feel. Fear still gripped me, but somewhere deep inside, something else had begun to stir a strange pull toward her, an unfamiliar connection. The trials began. The Spider Queen would not let me leave until I proved myself worthy to be her mate. She spoke of a labyrinth of webs, a maze that only the strongest could navigate. My heart pounded as I realized what she meant. If I wanted to survive, I had to accept the trials no matter the cost. With every trial, I learned more about her species, and the sacrifices she had made to get here. But it wasn't just about survival. The trials tested something deeper, something within me. Could I trust her? Or was this all a game of manipulation? Was I just a pawn in her quest for survival? With each challenge, the stakes grew higher. I was no longer just trying to escape. I was learning. I was changing. The deeper I ventured, the more I realized the truth. I could help her. I could save her species. But it would come at a cost. A cost I was not sure I was ready to pay. And as the final trial loomed before me, the Spider Queen offered me a choice. Join me, she said. Be with me. Help me save my people. Together, we can rule. Her eyes glowed with an intensity that I could not ignore. I was no longer a man trapped in her web. I was a man who had become part of her world, part of her future. I knew what I had to do, but the question remained. Could I truly accept her offer? Or would I escape, leaving her and her species to their fate? I took a deep breath and stepped forward. The choice was mine, and with it, I would change everything.